So earlier today, Shannon Sharpe, a well-known talk show and TV host and analyst, was hit with a civil suit by a woman alleging sexual assault over the course of a couple months. And this is a statement by Lanny J Davis, a counsel to Shannon Sharpe, just giving us a brief synopsis of a timeline of their relationship or situationship, and how he expects to defend himself. The statement reads, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you are effing me," quote unquote. This was Gabriella Zuniga in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, October 7th, 2023. Another one, quote unquote, "I know you missed this big juicy ASSS. 25K for each cheek." Gabriella Zuniga again in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, January 1st, 2025 at 9:50 p.m. Okay, so not quite booty call hours yet, but close enough. This lawsuit filed by Gabriella Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. In her effort to extract large financial settlements, Ms. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. See, honestly, I feel like at that point, depending on if it's video recorded or audio, if you're trying to record video, especially without the other person's consent, that is grounds for a voyeurism charge, which means like you're recording someone without their knowledge. That's voyeurism. So I'm not sure what type of video exactly, if it's actually explicitly like them, being intimate, but if it is, that could be also actually be a grounds for a voyeurism charge. So it's interesting. Some people, because of all these news reports of celebrities being taken to court, whether civilly or in some cases criminally, they might think, without consulting a lawyer, of course, they might think, maybe I should record it so they have proof of it. Sure, you could be proof that it was consensual, but now you're committing another crime of voyeurism because the other person is not aware. So now audio might be a bit, depending on your state, of course, or your province. Always, the fine-tune, the be all end all so far, based on all the stories you read, the ones alleged for P. Diddy, and ones alleged for Kanye West, Jay-Z, or anything, is always consult a lawyer. Have a lawyer on standby. Have a lawyer on retainer, because it's not worth it. Because even if it ends up being false or being a very weak lawsuit, just the fact that this thing will forever be attached to your name, whether good or whether innocent or not, is, if you're innocent, this is very annoying. And if there's grounds for it, still, it's your name being attached to something like this is never a benefit, I would say, in terms of the public perception anyways. So yeah, again, it's another reminder to every young man out there, women too, because women can be charged with sexual assault, charged with sexual assault. Have a lawyer on standby. Have a lawyer that you are consulting with, talking to. Hey, this goes for not just yourself, but the young adults who you live with, or your siblings or younger brother, especially as they get in. First, the two main points are getting into high school, grade 9 high school, right? And that's where you want to start educating them on the laws around sex and sexual assault, right? And because that's when they'll start, having hormones heightened and may want to try new things. But especially the first year of university or college, where they are exposed to a wide range of people, and are likely not living from home. Or even if they are living at home, they'll be outside of the house even more than before. I really want to educate them, not just in human context, but also the legal context and how they can operate. Because one thing, for example, that you'll learn is that just because someone says no doesn't mean they're saying yes, right? I mean, you would think, okay, if she's not interested or he's not liking what's going on, they're gonna say no. But just because they say no doesn't mean they're saying yes. That is a legal nuance that you may not be aware of. Consent needs to be, basically, you're looking for affirmative consent on every basis, right? Basically, so that's why it would be important to have like safe words, for example, right? Like basically, for example, maybe you use cherry for stop, maybe peach to slow down, and then maybe go harder, or yes sir, or something like that if it's feeling good. But you want to like have basically safe words in place that you and your partner, man or woman, have established that show consent. That's just something to keep in mind. But talk to your everybody's jurisdiction and legal basis is different given wherever they live. But we commence. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full, unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuniga's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Hi. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above by her text message to Mr. Sharpe. There were other examples of texts from Ms. Zuniga. For example, and I quote, "Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want. Then I can do whatever I want to me." Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Mr. Shannon Sharpe, November 23rd, 2023. Another one. "I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and then marry you." Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, January 12th, 2024. "That's my daddy. F-U-C-K. I want you to put a big black..." Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. "Put a big black baby in me." Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, August 6, 2024. Continues. "You better crave it, cause you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me." Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, August 11th, 2024. These messages are just a sample, not the full course meal, just a sample of a broader pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by Ms. Zuniga. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Ms. Zuniga. The edited tape that Ms. Zuniga secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of her planned setup as part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of rape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts and the law. You heard me. This man, he's standing on business. Business. Ain't gonna be bullied. You know, I'm sure, right? Right? Just my hypothesis here. If he had settled for even, let's say for the 10K, right? 10K. She wants 50K per cheek, but let's say he settled for 10K. He would have avoided this coming out, and most likely they would have settled in court, and maybe the court wouldn't have even been involved, right? But when you're innocent, especially, you know, you're not trying to get shaken down. I'm like, yo, you asked for this. We did it together. It was consensual. Why are you switching up? Because you're trying to get a bag. Because you're trying to, you know. But again, man them, woman them, bruv, you know, just you pray for the spirit of discernment that, you know, you will not marry your enemy as wife, you know, especially for my Christians out there, but especially that you will not be smashing your enemy, because she's clearly an enemy. She's clearly an ops. How you texting all of this and then saying, obviously consent can change. You know, what you text before the sexual encounter can change during and after. You know, consent can be withdrawn at any time. But bro, how you can't, this is a big jump to go from these types of messages asking you to putting that baby gravy in me, and then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but like to go from that to possible RAPE and more. That is wild. That is flipping wild. Alright, bruv, stay safe. As always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. Flip the script. I'm out. Deuces.